In this video, I'll go through the quiz material for Lecture 1, Music on Earth. What is an oral tradition? Is it A, a set of behaviors that are passed down through the generations via genetics? Is it B, a type of ritual that features ring shouts and polyrhythmic drumming? C, a manner of transmitting customs through person-to-person contact? Or D, a type of mannerism learned by imitating animals? The answer is C, a manner of transmitting customs through person-to-person contact. Oral traditions include stories, art, and music that are passed down through the generations via memory and person-to-person contact. What do anthropologists call the phenomenon of slow alteration and change that occurs to the products of oral traditions? A, the folk process. B, the oral tradition paradox. C, the theory of behavioral shift. Or D, the evolution of thoughts and actions. The answer is A, the folk process. The folk process describes the inaccurate transmission of oral traditions such as songs, stories, and poems. For example, people often learn songs from their parents and grandparents, but teach different versions of those same songs to their own children and grandchildren. What is the oldest piece of evidence proving the existence of human music making? Is it A, cave paintings depicting people playing lyres? B, a flute made from the wing of a vulture? C, a treatise from ancient Greece depicting harmony and rhythm? Or D, ancient Sumerian hymns? It's B, a flute made from the wing of a vulture. The oldest piece of archaeological evidence for human music making is a 42,000-year-old bone flute made from the wing of a vulture. What evidence of human music making do researchers garner from the sites of parietal art? A, the sites were chosen to feature flute solos. B, the sites were chosen for their favorable visual properties. C, the sites were located inside echo chambers that enhance ceremony and ritual. Or D, the sites were located near clans of the cave bear. The answer is C, the sites were located inside echo chambers that enhance ceremony and ritual. Parietal artwork, cave paintings, are in echo-laden portions of caves. Archaeologists are certain that these locations were used by prehistoric people for religious ceremonies, and that it is likely that ancient people selected these locations based on their lively acoustic properties. What piece of musical evidence exists from ancient Sumer? Is it A, the Standard of Ur? B, the Bells of Gondor? C, Crown of the King of the Golden Hall? Or D, Paintings of Enheduanna? The answer is A, the Standard of Ur. In modern-day Iraq, archaeologists found the Standard of Ur, which is a decorated wooden box dug up in the 1950s from an ancient Sumerian cemetery, dating from around 2600 BC. The Sumerians were one of the first cultures on Earth. They lived about 4,000 years ago in Mesopotamia. All cultures use music to enhance ritual and A, guide fishing. B, hunt game. C, enhance life. Or D, accompany dancing. The answer is D, accompanying dancing. All societies on Earth have employed music in similar ways. Music around the world has been used for religious purposes, coupled with dancing and poetry for dramatic effect, used to enhance worship ceremonies and rites of passage, and used to accompany everyday activities like working. What characteristics are common to the music of all cultures? What characteristics are common to the music of all cultures? A, the use of ideophones. B, the use of the voice. C, the employment of scales. Or D, the employment of syncopation. The answer is B, the use of the voice. Singing is found in all cultures and societies. Different cultures strive for different tone qualities. Some musical traditions call for timbres that include shouts, growls, whispers, and cries. Here in the West, smooth, melodious singing is preferred. What kind of music notation uses letters of the alphabet or syllables to represent notes of the scale? A, solfeggio. B, dazen. C, pneumatic. or D. Modal? The answer is A. Solfeggio. Some cultures have a solfeggio-based system of notation, but these systems are used for jogging the memory, not for accurate record-keeping. A solfeggio-based notation system uses letters of the alphabet or syllables to represent the notes of the scale.
Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do.
Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do are the familiar syllables. What is the oldest piece of truly decipherable music? A. Hurrian called hymns. B. Epitaph Aeschylus. C. Delphic hymns to Apollo. Or D. Euripides? The answer is B. Epitaph Aeschylus. The most complete and well-understood piece of this lot is this epitaph. Found in present-day Turkey, it exists in a form of ancient Greek notation that features symbols above the text. Musicologists are confident that they know how it is supposed to sound. The Epitaph Aeschylus is a complete melody and set of words scrawled onto a tombstone dating from the 1st century A.D. It's 2,000 years old, almost. Where and when was accurate musical notation invented? A. European Middle Ages between A.D. 900 and 1300. B. Ancient Sumer, about 3500 B.C. C. Ancient Greece, about 800 B.C. Or D. China, A.D. 500. The first accurate notation system was definitely invented in the European Middle Ages between A.D. 900 and 1300. A large repertoire of plain chant evolved around Christian worship ceremonies. A need to standardize the Christian liturgy provided the selection pressure necessary for the development of notation. The popes wanted the same song sung the same way in all the churches of Christendom, hence the need for notation. And that was accurate. What is unique about American popular music? A. It uses a new system of music. B. Its musicians are steeped in oral traditions. C. It represents a marriage of European and African musical systems. Or D. It employs microtones and polyrhythms. The answer is C. It represents a marriage of European and African musical systems. The most noteworthy aspect of American popular music is that it came about through the marriage of European and African musical systems. Jazz, for instance, features black folk traditions like blues and gospel, melded with European instruments and conventions of composition. Thanks. Did you keep track of your score? If you got less than 90% of the questions right, then study the material and take the quiz again. Make note cards of all the important concepts, facts, and times. Then drill yourself on the material until you know it by heart.